Can you hear me now? What's up, everybody? So yeah, I was listening to music through the TV, just streaming some stuff because I find it's a lot easier to work on things when you're jamming out to some music. So I was doing that instead of talking about what I'm doing in this animation that I'm working on. But enough people are getting annoyed with me that I figure I'll come on here and chat with y'all. Because I know how it is. I know streams. The best part about these long streams is just kind of putting them on in the background and listen to them like I was listening to music. So here we are. Let me just update this info. All right. So what the hell am I working on? You're probably asking. This is a short that I'm working on for my portfolio. I'm making a portfolio piece. Um, because I think my portfolio could use, or my demo reel, I should say, can use some more of this very high fidelity stuff. Now, I didn't make these models or rig these characters. These are Josh Sobel's uh, intellectual property. These are rigs you can actually purchase for a really, really cheap price and use them for, school or, what I'm doing, stuff in your demo reel. If anybody out there is, into Maya, uses Maya at all, I would highly recommend you check out Josh Sobel rigs. This guy knows what he's doing. These rigs are like super fully featured. They do run a little bit slow, but any sort of near movie, fidelity character is going to do that. So there you go. There's a link up there. Josh Sobel rigs. Check it out. It's also in the description. And along with that, this video is not being monetized because that's against the rules of using the rig. So I'm not monetizing. I'm just showing everybody what I'm working on. So this little animation features two of Josh's rigs. We have a dragon and a sort of knight. Ronin is what he calls him. But he's like, sort of very young. So it gives it kind of a cool, dichotomy, I guess, between the big, mean dragon and the little kid, almost. And that's what I'm trying to do with this animation here. It's just sort of, display the differences going on there. Okay, so let me just swing this dragon's head into view like I want. And then I'll sort of give you guys an overview of the whole project here. So how's everybody's day going? A deep fried baby food. That would be impossible. It's all just liquid. Deep fried pepperoni, maybe. Maybe. We have been getting these Primal Urge packs, so those could be pretty fun to deep fry some of that. It'd be more of a deep fry day than a deep fried what? Let's see. Grab this rig. Right. Just gonna get this dragon into view. This is like, this shot will definitely be inspired by an Aliens movie. Which probably doesn't exactly have a place in this thing, but I thought it would be funny. The idea behind this animation is that you have this sort of young knight who's going off to defeat the dragon, and he doesn't really know what he's dealing with. And this dragon And the comic twist is gonna end up just being a little old puppy dog. I'm gonna title this short Mlem as an MLEM. Where where's Wero? Wero's doing Wero stuff. He doesn't animate, I animate. That's what I'm doing. This is on Vlog Moo, people. Vlog Moo, we can do whatever the fuck we feel like. That's what I'm talking about. So, what I feel like doing is working on some animation. Hope you don't mind. Let's get this dragon in there sooner. So what I'm doing right now is what we would probably call a blocking pass, and that's where you sort of rough in your major keyframes and poses and ideas, and for me, camera work. And then from there, you flesh it out. So this is in a pretty rough state right now. Definitely no final animation going on here, but what I'll do is what we call play blasting, and that sort of it just renders it out to a quick video so that you guys can see what I got so far. And that takes a little bit of time. Let's see what's going on. Deep fried pickles. That's like been on the list for forever. Definitely need to do that at some point. Because there's lots of types of pickles, right? It just doesn't have to be cucumber pickles. It could be all kinds of pickles. There's a pickle juice slushy at Sonic? That's not good. Deep fried Carolina Reapers. Well, maybe someday. It's always been an idea to do a deep fried pepper episode where we would just get consecutively hotter peppers in it. Maybe. Maybe someday. The only problem is when you're deep frying those peppers, man, they're gonna fill the apartment with just the noxious fumes, and that's gonna be rough. What you guys know about VidCon? VidCon's coming up. That's next week. And if you saw our Twitters, you saw that MW Polar sent us out some more stuff. They're the guys who gave us the sardines and herring. Was it herring? I think it was herring. A while back, we reviewed those and also deep fried some sardines. Or we had a whole episode of deep fried MW Polar fish stuff, which doesn't deep fry so well, but man, that stuff in a can is delicious. So we got some black garlic. If anybody knows what to do with black garlic, let me know. Alright, here we go. So play black straight out of Maya is impossible, so you gotta render out, a video of it. And this is what's going on with my animation so far. So you got your kid here. He's sneaking up on this dragon who's sleeping. He's ready to take him out. Goes all gung ho. Runs at him. Trips. Falls in slow mo. Comedic slow mo. Dragon wakes up. You think he's angry. You think he's gonna eat him. He's all intimidating and big and smug. And the kid's all afraid. And then he's gonna growl at his face. And then he's just gonna limb him. That's all. It's just gonna be a quick little thing. But it gives me a lot of opportunity to do a lot of different stuff in this animation. But yeah, this is the let's call this blocking. This isn't even like first pass yet. Why is your arm over here? You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that now. Oh, that's why. What's going on here? This is supposed to be following. Maybe that's why. No? No, that's right. I don't know why this hand takes off. This could be a rig problem. Why are these keys changing? These keys should be changing. See, as soon as I get on stream, that's when shit starts going wrong. I was doing fine. I was doing fine until I started talking to you people. There we go. Sell bigger apparel. Well, the problem is that anywhere we can find a place to sell shit, they don't have like a good selection of sizes, honestly. Our stuff on Amazon right now, I think Amazon has like the best sort of mix of stuff. So unfortunately, if you can't find it there, then we would actually have to special order stuff. But I don't know. There's a lot of places that you can get custom T-shirts, just yourself. So if anybody ever finds like a place they just want to print a T-shirt or whatever, just let me know, and I can give you one of like if we already have a logo for our shirt, I'll give you a JPEG and then you can slap it on a shirt. Let's see. Okay. Where am I? I want to work mostly here. For today. Definitely get this get up. Let's get this camera. Okay, I'm just gonna play blast this part because this is the part I'm working on right now. So I need a good view. I need to see it running in real time to know what I need to work on. What has been the nastiest beer y'all reviewed? I remember way back in the day we tried some Japanese beers that we really didn't like from Hitachino Nest. Um, I don't know if we would hate them as much now. All it is like being able to experience lots of beers. You start to appreciate all beers. Let's see. So it's a little jittery on his get up. I can work on that. I need to work on the timing of this kick. It needs to be super comedic. Him like sliding across the floor, so those legs need to wiggle faster. And then I think that camera's holding long enough. Also, with creative camera work, I can hide actually making this dragon walk, which will be nice. Because that's what this big scene of him getting up will be, is, hey, I know body mechanics. Okie dokie. Let's get these legs working more like we want. We can work on this get up a little bit. There's a little bit of a hop here. Double hop, which we don't like. Heard of Kanan? Is that how you pronounce that? Qanon? I have not heard of that. I have not seen any new Coronas. There's a new Corona? I know there's like a super low-cal Corona that's out. I haven't tried that one. Should taste all Mexican label beer. I've had a lot of Mexican beers. You know us, we drink Corona all the time. There we go. That doesn't have a double hop now. And he's sliding out his legs. Boom. And then this should go. These first few paddles should be the quickest. And then it will slow down after that. I haven't really drinking Corona regularly in a long time, honestly. We used to drink that all the time. But we've moved on to cheaper beers, usually, or lighter calorie beers, or not even beers like those alcoholic seltzers that are out there now. I like those actually. Um, I forget the brand. If you've seen our later videos, you've probably seen that stuff in there. But there's definitely some of those seltzers are better than others. Because I've tried the Henry's ones, which were meh, and the oh, there's another one. The only ones I haven't tried yet are the Smirnoff ones. Hey, we don't drink no Keystone. We don't go that cheap. We ain't got none of that stones. More like, Coors Ladder, Pabst, strawberry mango Corona. Holy shit! If that's a thing, we need to find it. Red. I don't have. Well, you can see animations actually on Vlog Moo. If you go through our backlog, you can see some of the stuff I've been working on. I don't have my personal demo reel available for view of, everybody. Cause hey, that's my shit. Has contact info and whatnot for people hiring me and stuff. That's private. Let's see. We want him to move back. What liquor can I not stomach? I don't know. There's not necessarily really is any. I would say the Chewy Chomp. This is a sorghum liquor made in China. I'm sure they make it in other places too, but that stuff is absolutely not good. It is not good. Do not recommend. Which means we're going to have some at VidCon, of course, because the Nuff was kind enough to procure some of the Chewy Chomps. So we'll have some of that for Drink of Destiny. Which, of course, we'll be playing some Drink of Destiny. So he's going to be... He's paddling his legs, backing up, trying to scoot away from inevitable death. Hi, Tina's son. How's it going? I just don't have my face turned on. That's all. Maybe I'll turn it on in a moment. Drink of Destiny. Who's the next opponent? Ooh. So the next opponent we're gonna film will be whoever ends up being at VidCon. But the last opponent we already filmed was a new opponent that nobody's seen yet. or before in the history of Called Moo. This is a brand new guest. Um, he's friends with the roadie, and his name on the show is Pasha. So, probably in July you'll start seeing those before any VidCon ones. But you'll see a series of 3 with Pasha taking on everybody in Drink of Destiny. So we'll have a three round series like we usually do. So that one was a lot of fun. Thanks, Braden. I'm glad you enjoy watching. Well, hopefully you pre-watch some of these videos and make sure we don't, get too bad with our language use and whatnot. Dick Piano couldn't sleep. It's too bad, but it's good to see you again. How you doing? All right, we need to wiggle these hips. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. A little bit this way. Animating is going all right. So today's just been getting this kid to prop himself up. First of all, slide his legs around real quick, like paddle back, and then look scared, and then have the dragon get in real close. Seattle is expensive right now, especially with all the, Amazon business and stuff that's going on. So, I mean, it's good that they, obviously it's good that they employ so many people, but when you got that many people fighting over housing, prices go up. It's just a fact. Let's kind of just roughly keep this sheath out of the way. Not doing anything too fancy yet. Remember, this is blocking. We're blocking everything in. Nothing is final. Nothing is real. Everything is permitted. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Sorry, Tina. I don't think the roadie would appreciate that. This is not How to Train Your Dragon 3. Sorry. This is just for funsies. Well, half for funsies, half for making a better portfolio. I want to show that I can animate things, but things that aren't like video games. Okay, those kicks are a little bit better. That switch is going to have to be quicker, where he slides out. He gets up and slides out. That's got to be pretty quick. So that when he goes into the sliding back, it's like, you know, nice and quick. So I'll probably just kind of cheat here, which is a thing you can do in animation, because in 3D anyways, super easy to cheat. It's awesome. So we'll just skip some of these frames. That's what we're going to do. That'll make that transition a bit smoother, and we can collapse some of these frames together. Oops, what did I press? I pressed a button that I shouldn't have pressed. What's happening? What is happening? What did I do? What does D do? Alright, let's find out how to undo this. Hotkeys. I did go to school for art, and what is my degree? Applied arts. That's what they called it. So learning general 3D stuff, some 2D stuff, art history, all that fun stuff. Hotkey. What does D do? History, duplicate, duplicate special. Tangents, auto. Maybe I can just hit D again and it will undo it. Yay, it undid it. Sweet. Yeah, I went to school for applied arts and learned a lot of stuff. But also just learned a lot on the job. Probably much, much more on the job. But hey, I needed that. I needed the, you know, experience before I could really do anything. There we go. I think that's going to look better. A little bit better. Still got to work on these kicks, though. These kicks. Has any of your fans freaked you out? Like, do you mean like in person or just in general? 'Cause in general, nobody really freaks me out. This kick is quicker. This next kick quicker too. Nobody's freaked me out in person. There's not really been any weirdos, really. I mean, some people are weird, I guess, but so are we. There have been like people that have contacted us in the past that are like, "Hey, can we send you a fan package or whatever?" And this is how we screened people, or how I like to screen people is I just won't respond. I won't respond to their message at first, and then I'll wait a day, and then depending on how they react to that sort of thing is how I know whether or not I want to deal with that person. Does that make sense? Because here's what'll happen. Either one, the person is completely reasonable and says, "Oh, I bet they're busy. You know, they run a channel, a public channel with a lot of people that are probably messaging them all the time. I'm sure they're busy, so I'll just, I'll wait for a response whenever. Whenever's fine." And that's the kind of thing I want to, that's the kind of response I'm looking for. And if that's their response, then I know that person is a reasonable person that I can deal with. Now, the other response we get in that situation is literally 3 minutes after that first message has been sent, where they come back with, "I can't believe you won't answer me. How dare you? You guys, I can't believe you treat your fans this way. You guys are so mean," and everything else. And it's like, bro, we've had 5 minutes to answer your question. What? So yeah, those people, I guess I wouldn't say they freak me out, but those are the kind of people I don't like dealing with. And nowadays, we just don't take fan packages at all. Because it's just too much hassle to worry about fan packages. So we don't. All right, still working on these kicks. It needs to be. It's all about the timing for this little sequence. It's all about that, like really good, fast kicks at first, and then slowing down. Got to rework on these hips now. So these hips need to match. Your hips, if anything, will be the first to hit the beat. And then your legs would follow after that. So let's make sure these are hitting their correct beats. And then this fucking sheath is going nuts. It's going nuts. So let's just get rid of its keys and not worry about it for right now. It's going to be flopping all over the place. And that's fine. That's fine for now. We're in blocking. What's for dinner? Actually, I'm not sure. It was going to be chicken. It was going to be chicken and waffles, but that chicken was in the fridge too long, had to go in the freezer, and now it's in the freezer, which is not ideal for chicken and waffles. So, might go to the store and grab something, might just do some masubis, maybe, or might do some onigiris. That's usually a good backup plan because you always have rice on hand. You always got tuna on hand, and we always have spam on hand, so that stuff's pretty easy to do. There we go. That kick. That's what I'm talking about. Is that whoop, 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 whoop. Last thing I need to do is he's got to get that kick has that power of that first kick has to come out of this sequence here as he's getting up. So the end of that needs to be also sped up to carry on the momentum. We might even switch this camera a little bit earlier because I think that's also taking away some of that momentum. What's going on here? Couple of frames earlier. I think that's gonna be what we want. Let's check it out. Oops. Always forget to maximize playblast. What up, Joker? You gonna be at VidCon, Joker? All right. Sounds good. Okay, I think that transition's a little bit better now. Check it out again. Yeah, so we still got that movement going as the camera cuts, and then the leg powers through at the beginning. So that's a lot of what I'm figuring out in my blocking is timing and spacing. And his head's doing something a little bit weird at the beginning of that cut. Right. It's because I kind of cheated. I kind of cheated. So this leg needs to still be up a little bit. Closer for this first kick. And doesn't have to come all the way around. Just kind of goes, there we go. Swinging out. And, you know, in the polish pass, he'll probably be trembling a little bit here, I imagine. Just sort of that good. Let's see, the belt's a little bit too active on some of this. I think this one doesn't need to go up so much, because as he slows down his kicks, you know, the force of those moving his belt should also slow down a bit. My day job is typically animating. Unfortunately, I am between jobs at the moment. And that's why I'm working on this, so I can add this to my demo reel and have a little bit more, you know, a little bit more variety going on. You can check out a lot of the Vlogmas streams to see other stuff I've been working on in my spare time, if you're interested. There'll be a video out today. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's the schedule. Today's video will be, a fan package actually. Speaking of fan packages, this is not a recent fan package. This is a video we shot forever ago. And I just plumb forgot to get around to editing it, so surprise. Okay. This is what animating is. It's a lot of rendering out the short sequence you're working on and staring at it for a long, long time, figuring out what you need to work on next. But yeah. Got to reiterate that these are not my models. I did not make these models or rig them. These are Josh Sobel rigs. All I've done is create this animation. Animation is a very different work, skill set than modeling. Is. It's more akin to acting, actually, because what you're really doing is you're creating a performance. Yeah, I've been animating this for the last few days. This is still blocking, so this is not, polished or anything. It's pretty rough so far, but it's something I'm making for my demo reel. How about some nose? I think that'll look good here, as if he's kind of going, no, no, no. Like, no, 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 no. What is Wero? Wero's like 5'8", I want to say 5'6", 5'8", somewhere around there. So I don't know, not quite half a foot. Let's fix these eyes first. We are really scrunching this face, which is fun. It's fun to have a rig that's like super bendy, which this rig is. Josh Sobel knows what he's doing. I think I might need to rotate. No, that won't look right. I think we're just going to have to live with it. There's a little bit of crease going on here, but that's alright. Yes, I am 6 foot-ish. And Knockout Kitchen, I'm an animator as a job, 3D animator for some video games. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Again, this is what it is. You make a little tweak, you render it out, you take a look at it for a long time, and then rinse and repeat. So, It's not super compelling to watch it happen. But, you know, I've been streaming with some of the time I have lately, so. And it's been a while, though. It's been a while since I've streamed. Thought I would get back to it. Alright, I think we're looking good here. Yeah, we like the no. The body movement's better. And then just need to work on that hop up a little bit more. Again, just roughing it in. But we're roughing in the movement, I want to say, but we're not roughing in the timing. The timing is really what we're getting at here. I think that'll probably be enough. Just that little tweak makes it look like, you know, he's huh. It should be. It's like sort of a two movement action. And then here we need some good. We need some of that good dragon growl. But let's make sure he looks like he's looking at him. So where his eyes are, that like I mean they're looking straight forward, but visually here it doesn't look like he's looking at him. So that's the fun part of animating. This kind of a scene is like you are animating to this camera. This is my final camera that I'm going to render from. So it just has to look correct here. You could be doing all kinds of crazy shit, you know, off screen, but you want it to look right, correct on the in-camera view. Okay, let's switch this up so that we're starting from here. So I'm not play blasting so much, I'm not working on. And then he's probably going to get a good, you know, nostril flare, a little twitch there maybe, and then definitely his lips snarling. And then he will do a complete 180 in his facial expression and just mlem the shit out of this guy, which I think will be super fun. Because, you know, what are you expecting here? You're expecting some fight or battle or whatever, when in reality what you're getting is a mlem. So let's see. I have lost my gizmo, which is never a good thing. It's just it's a Maya bug, and your gizmo's what's telling you what direction you're moving everything. So that's kind of a problem. So one of these controls is just going to move the lip up like this, and then the other control is going to be used to create the twitch, the twitching of the lip. Pink Hair Show, what up, main event Pong, Mr. Nuff? Oh man, you getting excited for VidCon yet, Nuff? It's getting close. It is super, super close. Okay, so what a little trick I know is when you're making something like this Twitch, you want to go every 2 frames. That's just something we've known from experience. Looks like a good Twitch, and it's not too jittery. Every frame. If you try to alternate every frame, it's too busy. Very aroused. All right. It is a very arousing situation. Okay, one more frame. Snarl, snarl. So let's just actually start it here, because this is what we want to work on right now. Is this scene? I'm definitely snarling from back there. What does a dog do? Dogs also snarl their front, you know, front thing. That's the official term for it. So I think, like, in his body mechanics, he's actually a dog, or not a dog, but a cat. And I think in his snarl will be dog-like though. You ever seen when a dog, snarls their front teeth? It's silly. Dogs are silly. So we'll even this out. And the idea is that you're just baring your gums. Let's see. Is this his jaw? I think this is his jaw. Yeah. So his jaw is going to slowly open. Just a little bit. Just a wee little bit. A little bit close. Do, do, do. Cool. Alright guys, we're gonna take a quick little intermission here, and I'll be right back. But I'll play blast this so you guys can watch that while I'm gone. All right, we're back. The dog has been pottied.
Yes, yes, she has. Shut the hell up, Stinky.
So, got the snarl going on. But that's not all of it. So, the neat thing about these super high fidelity rigs is that you can sort of move all bits of the face. And when a creature will snarl, there's lots of micro movements in the face. So it's not just the lips that are moving. It's going to be, the around the eye, around the eyebrows. Those will kind of move too. So we're gonna kind of move all the little bits and bobs of the face. It doesn't look like there's one sort of here. Maybe this will, yeah, the cheek lift. That's what I want. Because that's going up too. So just sort of the whole thing is moving ever so slightly. And that little under eyelid, that's going to move a little bit. But yeah, VidCon. VidCon's coming up. That's super exciting. Be good fun with their friends. We got lots of stuff, or a few things planned. What do we got planned? We got a drinking challenge, of course, because we do a drinking challenge every year. This year, it's like previous years, we've done the Begarita challenge. Oop, don't want to move that. Probably just these guys up a little bit more. Snarl, 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 snarl. This will probably be down, I guess. Give him that. Give him a frown. A little bit of a frowny face. Yeah, Begarita we've done. We did the Tour de Franzia. This year, it's going to be mini keg madness. We're going to have some of those, I think, Heineken mini kegs. Teams of two. That'll be our big drinking challenge. I don't know if Reckless Eating has any drinking challenges planned. I'm sure they do. They usually do. Hopefully nothing as crazy as 100 beers, though. So he comes in here with his snarl, and then he'll he's also got a thing going on. Another thing we're doing this year is if you guys saw the Kiki video we did, we're gonna do a Kiki with some of the people down there. Ooh, hair laser match. Hell yeah, I'm down for that. Laser's my boy. Whenever I'm ponging with laser, we winning. That's what's happening. We pong, we win. Get a little bit more movement in these brows. Because he's going to look super, super intimidating. When in fact, it's all a ruse. But yeah, Kiki. Our last Kiki tasting challenge was, what was it? It was malt liquors. And I believe we're just going to do something, either light beers or just domestics. So that'll be fun. Having a Coors, a Bud, Keystone, all the normal characters. But the fun thing about this Kiki will be that we can have a whole lot of people doing it. So hopefully, we'll have a good crew, figure it out, and we'll have a lot of people guessing correctly, and then we can have a lot of Nuff in a dress. Hell yeah. You find your address yet, Nuff? You found a dress yet? Other things at VidCon, the normal stuff, We'll be doing Drink of Destiny, Came from a Cans, our normal stuff. It is a little bit unfortunate that we can't do sort of the stuff, our bigger name stuff, like a deep fried what, or a cold kitchen, because a hotel room is not conducive to that kind of stuff. Maybe one year when we're down there, like employ the Nuff we'll visit Nuff or something and use his Fry Daddy. That could be fun. I'm just volunteering Nuff for stuff right now. I'm sure he's fine with it. Get that snarl way back there, yeah. I wonder if this rig has controls over the tooth scale. That'd be pretty cool. Let's look for it. Let's look for it in all these bits and bobs. Because, like, these teeth are, I mean, they're spiky, but they're not, like, super intimidating. It'd be great if they could be a little bit bigger and just be, like, really, really intimidating. This is a little bit too high. There we go. Don't want to see that much of his gum because he doesn't have a whole lot of gum. That's interesting. Wonder if that would give me anything I want out of that. If I could, like, move the whole face. Sort of crunk. Yeah. I don't know if you can move this guy's hair or not, because that's ultimately what I would love to do is... That's funny. Is have just the hair kind of... Oh, there is a hair. Yeah. Yeah. Because he's breathing out of his nostril right here, and what'll be fun is to have a little bit of shake. As he snarls at him. Just to give you that impression that he's actually, breathing on him. And of course, Comcast is doing its normal stuff, so the stream is hopping in resolutions. So I apologize. I apologize for that stuff. And he's going to be able to feel that sort of breath. So he will sort of flinch from it just a little bit. Because it's, big scary dragon. And when you think the dragon's coming in for the kill, you're probably gonna, you're gonna react a little bit. Just ever so subtly. So let's see what that looks like. I think the hair moves a little bit too quick. It's a little bit too jittery. So let's tone that down. And then to sort of help sell his breath, we'll move his head a little bit too. Just a little bit. And I think he'll also be, he'll come in low. Maybe. Or coming high, I guess. There we go. Give his nose a little bit of jitter too. As it sort of comes up here. Maybe it needs scale jitter. Yeah. Probably. Scale that Y. So I think it really needs to deflate to sell it a little bit more. Ooh, that's a good question. Now, I haven't thought about it too much. Like this little book of pain and pleasure thing was so good. It's perfect for us. But if you have any ideas, obviously we can't go too overboard. But yeah, I'd love to hear it if you have anything in mind. Maybe it'll just be a shot of the chewy chomp. That'd be a pretty good punishment. That stuff's horrible. Kind of want to drag out this hair a little bit more. Maybe even more. Maybe even more. If anybody else has ideas for Kiki punishments, let us know. There we go. It's a nice die down. I don't think I want this to curl up so much. This one? Yeah. Then I think the mouth is going to be a little bit more closed because it is kind of weird to have that, blowing a breath while your mouth is open. You'll open it after that. Yeah. Yeah. But not quite as much. I don't want to open quite that much. I do think I want to sink his head in a little bit more though. This is definitely a fine-tuning some things we probably shouldn't be touching yet due to the nature of being in blocking, but I don't know. This is how I work. I like to work on like specific ideas inside of the animation and nail those first. Let's see, and then how do we come up with our transition to the lemming? You'll probably, I don't know. This is a hard one. I think he'll lean back just a little bit. Head down. Open up that mouth. Start to open up that mouth a little bit wider. It almost looks like he's going in for the kill. And then really quick snap to Mlem. Star wipe. Star wipe would be amazing. So let's return all these controls to their normal upright positions. And then smile. It's like, oh, he's not a scary boy, he's a nice boy. He's just, he's just misunderstood. That's all. He'll probably actually be puckering up just a little bit. I think. And I could really use my gizmo so I know what direction all this shit is moving. Yep. He'll be giving him a smooch face. A little bit of a smooch face. Not like sexy smooch. But that good Mlem smooch. This is, of course, assuming there are controls for the tongue. I didn't check for that. Hopefully we can control the tongue. Alright, tongue controls. Sweet. Oh, there are teeth controls. What can I do with your teeth? Can I make you bigger? That's definitely not what I'm going for. Unfortunately. Is there like a master tooth control? No, just individual like little areas. Yeah, that's just for like cleanup. So we don't need teeth. I don't think we're actually even using these horns. Alright. Let's get this Mlem face going on. It's got all these fun controls built into here so you can do stuff like this. Really sort of exaggerate the pucker. Ooh, I need to key these things. Really just need to move this guy out. Like so. Like so. Oh yeah. Get them all up in there. Yay! Maya crashed. That's just part of it, folks. That's why you save early, saved often. You also turn on autosave and incremental save. Unfortunately, we haven't actively saved too recently. That was also not a crash that will create a crash file, which is, helpful. So let's see how much we lost. Last time it was saved at 313. Alright, let's find the auto save. Last autosave was 324. Alright, that's much better than 313. think I tried to open that file. Come on, file. Any day now. Okay, where were we? Dragon Snarl. Oh man, we lost the good stuff. That's alright. These things happen. Oh, hey, there's some of it here. Sweet. Just gotta get that tongue. Tongue. So I think the tongue's gonna start coming out around here. Just a little bit. Just kind of a little bit of raising. And then smoosh. Man, these tongue controls are hard to find. They're all kinds of the wrong color. Okay. So, did I get the movement forward? Nah. So, moving forward a little bit. And a nice slow limb. We want him to react when that tongue first hits him. So get that like shoulder hunch. Like, he touched me. Legs will do the same. Sort of shrink in. You know, like when you're scared, you kind of sink into yourself. Then we gotta get this dragon's face. He's happy now. He's super happy. He's super happy he has something to limb. This is basically just Mog. This dragon's gone years without lemming. Tongue control is so hard to see. Tongue just needs to wrap around his head. Yep, that dragon is getting randy. Now the question is, how do I want to sort of frame this? It's like, do I want a camera to kind of move or just hold this shot? Because that's one thing that could be emphasized with the camera, moving, is how silly this thing that happened is. If it just kind of like suddenly juts out. Or more specifically, we get a FOV change. Maybe we'll try that, see what that looks like. We'll get off our canted angle because he's no longer intimidating. Probably do it here with the lick. Kind of follow that lick. That might look neat. Let's try it. Let's see what we got going on. So what do we need to do? We need the mouth open to hold longer, and then the lick to last longer. And then I'm not sure about the camera movement yet. I'm not sure I like following the lick. Not quite sure. But this definitely needs to settle earlier. That needs to happen if we're going to go with this. Okay, so let's have all of our controls present so we can grab everything. Stretch out these times a little bit. Not sure why the Trailer Park Boys is so popular. If I'm gonna be hot take honest right now, um, just, yeah, I don't know. I could not get into it. So everything needs to be keyed here, and then here. Then we can really stretch out this. Blim. And stretch out the middle of this blem. So how about that? Stretching out those two things. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, I think he just needs to be a little bit slower about opening his mouth back there. I do think the getting into the blem is the correct speed, though. Still not sure about that camera. His head needs to come down quicker, too. working with just the dragon. Yeah, it just really feels like a sketch, like a bad sketch that goes on way too long. So I want to push sort of this eyebrow, like really being into this mlem. And to do that, you take down the middle of it. Like so. Alright, play with some of this. Let's see. Don't want to tuck. Auto cheek. What's that? Hmm. Peach. Alright, well that's fine. Just need to extend. Why the sad face? Okay. Still don't think I'm sold on that camera. I might make it a little more subtle. See what that looks like. But we gotta render it out. Take a look first. Yeah, I think this is moving too much. Maybe. Oh, I can see that. Oops. Not all the things, just the one thing. I think this head bob's a little bit too much here. Let's take a look. I don't have anything my heart set on specifically. Just, I mean, you're the expert out there, so I'll lean on your knowledge. Let's see, I think this is a little bit too strong. Oops. Alright. Take a look again. Wednesday night trip. So, the roadie will be pretty busy on Wednesday. I don't know if you want the roadie involved or not. think his eyes are going to kind of move up inside of his, head as he's looking. So it'll look sort of, I won't say sexual, but definitely like the dragon. It's like to this dragon, licking knights is like licking toads. This is how he gets high. So he's super happy. He's super happy. There's a toad here. So for the purposes of how far I want to push this, I think this is looking pretty okay as far as timing, spacing. I'm okay with the camera now. I think it does help. The only thing I need now really is sort of, well, one is I need to get his reaction to being licked, and then I need sort of an ending shot. Um, Not sure what that's gonna be. Maybe maybe it'll be like a hard cut to just them being friends. If I had infinite amounts of time to keep working on this and make it go in directions that is just completely silly, it would be like that sort of like really silly cartoony cut to like them realizing they're best friends. Like it would cut to the kid and he'd get like anime twinkles in his eyes, and then it would cut to the dragon who would have anime twinkles in his eyes, and then it would go into like a dream sequence of them like running through a meadow and like pillaging a village together, and like the dragon learning how to sword fight, and it'd just be a whole montage of silliness. I think that would be absolutely hilarious, but this isn't like an actual short film. I don't got I don't got that time. But yeah, I think this is about as far as I'm gonna push it on stream today. So why don't we go ahead and wrap this up? I want to thank everybody for showing up today and checking it out. Just a little stream, just a little way to keep myself occupied while I was working on this. I will probably, I don't know, I probably won't stream any more of this animation, but maybe I'll have a renderer once I'm done with it and show you guys. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. But I'm gonna get out of here now. Gonna just keep working on this and prepare for dinner. So see you guys later. Have a good night. VidCon's coming up. Everybody, VidCon. It's gonna be fun. Peace out.